Great. So I agree with Manish that security is something which has to be induced into any kind of project or into any kind of system from its very beginning, from its planning stages. We have seen so many great initiatives from MIT, from state governments, in deploying, you can say ICT in public welfare. Some has got deployed and are functional. Some are in planning stage. Some have very good security in terms of confidentiality of the critical information, non-repudiation, integrity of the data while it is residing at, or it is in rest in the data centers, or it is flowing in the wire. Some are lagging behind. The reasons were timelines, sometimes budgets. We have seen that the first thing to, if there is any kind of time restrictions or time frames to deploy the project, or there are some kind of budget constraints, the first hammer goes to the security component in the project. It is generally considered that security can be induced in the later phases, which very rarely happens, because security is something which goes inside the soul of that project, and once project is deployed, then the scope of integration or the scope of adopting that kind of culture goes away. So I'll not take much of your time. I know everybody is waiting for the lunch now. I'll keep it very crisp. Now, as we are moving from governance to e-governance, we can see a lot of visibility of the data. So data is visible to many more people. Data is visible in easier forms. We can do, it has increased efficiency of employees. It has increased efficiency of providing the data to the right people, to the genuine people, to the authorized people. And then it has also enabled us to do a lot of analytics on the data. So we can do a lot of analytics, but it has also bring a lot of vulnerabilities in the system, because now data is available to the people in masses. So I can go to the portal, a service delivery portal, and I can access many information which I was not able to do earlier. Since I have access to enter into the data center, I can probably exploit some kind of loophole, some kind of vulnerability on the server itself. I can intrude into the networks. I can fetch away the data which I am not supposed to fetch. So the e-governance initiatives or the digitalization process initiative has been made possible through implementation of IT for workflow automation. When we are talking about security in e-governance, security in ICT, we have to understand the security aspects. The first thing we have to see is that unauthorized person should not change the data. It should be only the authorized person, and whenever he changes, he should take complete responsibility of that change. So there should be proper change control. It is ensured in our law by doing digital signing, so it provides integrity. Again, when he is responsible, it brings non-repudiation into the system. It is as good as having the physical signatures which we are used to do and up till now which we are following. Then confidentiality of data, so that even if somebody hacks into my network or my internal employee is having any kind of bad intention and he is trying to exploit the data, he should not be able to see, view or share any kind of critical data to the wrong people. Then we have, not all the data is sensitive. We know that there are huge masses of data lying in the data centers, and we cannot think about providing integrity and confidentiality to the large amount of data. So we have to see what is critical to us. We have to do data classification. There are certain technology tools. There are You can say there are manual ways of identifying the critical information in the organization. We have to set proper controls, procedures. We have to do a lot of awareness programs. It is very important to absorb security as a culture in any institution, in any organization. If the employees, the human beings are not aware or they are not concerned about security, whatever measures, whatever controls, whatever equipments, technology we implement, it is of no use. Then we have to control the type of queries that can be run by a particular role, so that he is not fetching out or he is not digging out the information which he is not supposed to, and control the amount of information that can be fetched. So information should be provided only on need-to-know basis. Then add the security aspects to bring adequate level of security for the identified data elements. And the most important thing is regular audits, regular reporting, regular analysis, what exactly is going on. Security is a continuous process. A technology or a process which is secure today cannot be sufficient for tomorrow's attacks, so we have to update it regularly. Now, when we talk about security, first thing is access controls. So we have to see that the proper access controls are in place. We cannot rely on username and passwords. I have seen that in government departments, everybody is having digital signatures these days with the cryptographic tokens. Same token can be enabled for doing authentication along with username and passwords on the critical applications. So we know that the PKI based authentication is one of the strongest way. There are other ways, software based authenticators. There are, if logistics is not a problem, there are other hardwares which comes along with one-time password generations and other measures. So there should be proper access control. There should be multi-factor authentications. The same token in which we are carrying our digital signatures, that digital signature can also enable user authentication on the applications. We don't have to deploy you can say the other technologies in government, since we are already having the cryptographic tokens in most of the department with digital signatures. Second is data encryption. Data encryption brings confidentiality in the complete system and also the granularity. So if I have encrypted it, I am you can say I am a department or I am an individual in the organization, only I can decrypt it and I can read it. I can keep it anywhere. It is of no use to any other individual. So since I have the keys to unlock the data and read it, so I am sure that my data cannot be compromised, even by the people who are managing the data in the data centers. Now, when we talk about data encryption, we talk about PKI, we talk about keys. We have to see that the keys are properly generated and keys are properly managed and are always secured. So even if I lose my digital smart cards, my USB token, even if I have thousands of keys, I need to see that I always keep these keys on a you can say on a secure device. So there are very specialized devices available on which these keys can be generated and their complete life cycle can be managed. So we have to ensure you can say security of the key which is responsible for the security of our data. This is little bit about my company. That's it from my side. I am available